Squid Game has officially confirmed its Season 3, which is set to release on June 27th this year. Regarding Season 3, several photos and news updates have surfaced. The player number shown in the cover photo does not match the one associated with the masked frontman. This suggests that a random player number might have been used in the cover, possibly by mistake. However, many fans believe this could indicate something significant. In one of the scenes, a player with number 100 appears, which could introduce a new game for the players. According to fan theories, this player 100 is not the same as the one in Season 2. In Season 2, player 100 was an old man with white hair, whereas the player 100 in the new scene looks young and has black hair. However, I believe this theory may be incorrect because, from the back, both figures look identical. The physique and hairstyle of the old man from Season 2 match the new player 100. The lighting in the new scene may have tricked some fans. Although the idea of incorporating a flashback from the 2015 version of Squid Game is interesting, this doll-based game is most likely a new game in Season 3. In the cover photo, the shadows of two dolls can also be seen, and I think this game could be called London Bridge. Moving on to the next image, it shows Gi Hun handcuffed and angrily staring at someone. The bloodstains on his shoulder suggest that this scene occurs after the final battle in Season 2. The person in front of him is most likely the frontman. However, if you zoom in on this person's shoulder, you can see a green shade similar to the tracksuits worn by the players, and they have long, curly hair around their neck. So, is there a long-haired person in the game whom Gi Hun could be angry at? The answer is yes. It could be player 388, Gi Ho. We all know why Gi Hun would be mad at Gi Ho because Gi Ho was the player responsible for their plan failing. When Gi Ho was sent to retrieve ammo, he got scared and never returned. If Gi Hun finds out that Gi Ho's actions caused their plan to fail, he will definitely be furious, as shown in the image. However, there is another possibility. The person in front of Gi Hun could be Thanos' friend, Namgu. Namgu has a haircut similar to Gi Ho, and he might be mocking Gi Hun by saying that his attempt failed and that they now have more players willing to participate in the games. The real question is whether Gi Hun will remain handcuffed or be freed for the upcoming games. I think he will stay handcuffed while inside the room, but once it's time to participate in the games, he will be released. This would serve as a punishment for him. The next image is quite surprising. After seeing this image, fans have one major question: who is inside the coffin? And no, it is not Gi Ho. If you think it's Gi Ho, look at the corner of the image. You can see Gi Ho standing there, still looking terrified. Many fans speculate that it could be player 246 because after the Mingle game, he joined player 120's team. One clue supporting this theory is in the image. Player 120's jacket appears to have a number starting with 2. However, player 120's actual number is 120. According to the theory, after player 246 died, player 120 might have worn his jacket as a tribute to honor his memory and continue the games. But I don't think this theory is correct. Firstly, player 120 returned at the end of Season 2 to check why Gi Ho never returned with the ammo. Shortly after that, guards arrived, and the entire battle stopped. This means player 246 was still inside the management chambers, where his team surrendered and he was executed. So it would have been impossible for player 120 to take his jacket. Even if we assume player 246 was brought here and player 120 changed his jacket in front of his coffin, why is the jacket so clean? There is no blood or damage on it. That's why I don't think this coffin belongs to player 246. Additionally, if you observe carefully, player 120 is wearing his own jacket. It is not player 246's. Due to the angle of the image, we are only able to see the first or second digit of his number, but not the full number. Some fans think the body belongs to player 33, Mongi, but that's incorrect because Mongi can be seen standing in the background. Others believe it could be Youngbei, and that the guards brought his body here to show other players what happens when someone rebels against the system. However, I don't think the players need to be reminded of this. They already know what happens to those who oppose the system. There is one clue in this image that may help us determine who is inside the coffin. All the players visible in the frame have an X marked on their chests, so I think the player inside the coffin is also an X player. All the important X players are visible in the frame, except one, Gi Hun. But we know Gi Hun is not going to die. So I think one of the X team members might have committed suicide, similar to what we saw in Season 1. That's why the guards needed to bring the coffin into the room. Another possibility is that this player died in a fight between the players themselves. Ejumanga is in a coffin because she was one of the main characters in Season 2, but actually it's quite difficult to say exactly who this player is. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments. Now, talking about our fourth photo, here you can see guard number 11, Kang No Yul, and I guess she has escaped from the Squid Game base. Looking at the background behind her, It seems like the same island where Gi Hun arrived for the first time. Kang No Yul knows all the secrets of the Squid Game, including what happens to the organs of the players who die. During the games, she was keeping an eye on player 246 because she discovered that he was the father of the little girl who had given him that cute drawing in episode 2. We all know that the little girl was very sick, which is why her father joined the game to pay for her surgery. Kang No Yul knows that if player 246 dies, his daughter will also die in the hospital. Now comes the popular theory, which you might have already heard. The triangle-shaped guard who comes to kill player 246 is actually Kang No Yul. But instead of killing him, she shoots him in the leg so that when he is taken away in a coffin for organ harvesting, she can help him escape. That's why she is outside the base in this image, because she is helping player 246 escape. Looking at the photo, it seems like she is watching someone. There is also a possibility that she has been caught and is about to be killed. But if we consider a more sensible theory related to the story, maybe she has encountered Detective Gi Hun. She might join forces with Gi Hun and his team to rescue the remaining players, and together they will charge the Squid Game facility. Don't forget that Kang No Yul has worked as a Squid Game guard for 7 years, so she knows the layout of the facility inside and out. She is the one who can help Gi Hun. For example, Gi Hun's team failed because they didn't know where to attack, and that's why player 246 is not in a coffin in this image, because Kang No Yul saved him. In the next photo, we see the frontman sitting in his room, looking quite depressed. Now, what could be the reason for his sadness? The frontman knows from Captain Park that Gi Hun is still searching for the island, and many bombs have been planted on various islands, just like the explosion we saw earlier. So maybe the frontman thinks his brother Gi Hun is going to die, or has already died. The second theory is that after player 333 dies in the game, the frontman remembers his wife. We have also seen him helping player 333, so perhaps he will try to save player 333 here. This could be the moment in the game where the frontman himself decides to stop the Squid Game. Now, the last photo shows the frontman sitting with the VIPs enjoying the games. We all know that VIPs come to watch the final game, so they will definitely be there again this time. But the person sitting behind the frontman is not a VIP. His costume looks somewhat like the frontman's, and he is not wearing the golden VIP mask. So why are there two frontmen here? Now guys, I'm sure you have heard the theory that Gi Hun is going to become the next frontman. That's why the actual frontman enters these games, to test and prepare Gi Hun to take on the role. Although I'm not a huge fan of this theory, there are many hints supporting it. For example, when Gi Hun asks the players to listen to him, they don't. Instead, they chase after money. For them, money is everything. They are so obsessed with the prize money that they don't hesitate to kill each other. So maybe Gi Hun will accept the frontman's offer and become the new frontman, but in the end, he will destroy the entire game. Gi Hun has always been ready to sacrifice himself to stop these games. But if he becomes the frontman, he will have a great opportunity to put an end to them. If you notice the posture of the second frontman sitting in front, it doesn't match Gi Hun's posture. Instead, it looks quite similar to how Gi Hun sits. So guys, we are going to see a lot of unexpected things in Season 3. Now, comment below and tell me how excited you are for Squid Game Season 3. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because we bring amazing videos like this daily.